Welcome to the next episode of Battling with Bourbon. This is a Taste Test Tuesday. I am your host, Rockstar Jonny Nigh.
And I'm your host, M.D.V.
And today we are doing a taste test between the 16-year-old Old Fitzgerald and the first edition of Larceny Barrel Proof of this year, the A123. These are both the same mash bill. They're both the wheated mash bill from Heaven Hill, and we are gonna see how they compare.
Here we go. Start with the Larceny.
We'll start with the Larceny.
Larceny is in my top 6. So I do like Larceny. I enjoy some Larceny.
And just to bring up a couple of things. So this bottle particularly is about $65 MSRP. This bottle is a 200 and above, depending on where you're going to get it. It's 200 to 250 retail. So realistically, these are significant difference in these bottles. 100 proof on the Old Fitz.
125.
125 on the Larceny. So very, very different, but same mash bill. We're going to see how they compare and contrast and go from there.
Excellent. On the nose?
On the nose.
Very smooth.
Caramel bomb. I'm
I'd
telling you,
I'd
just
agree
like caramel all over the place.
Not too ethanol-y at all.
No, you got to really get. If you put your nose way in the glass, it's a little bit harsh, but not too bad if keep it at a nice level. It's literally just caramel.
I give it a 7 and a 8 out of 10 on the smell. I know we said
There's just so much caramel on this. That's literally all it is. It's just straight caramel on the nose. Let's give it a taste.
Yeah, 125. That first sip takes a little adjustment.
Yep.
So I'm definitely going to go in for that second sip before I hit you with my thoughts. I always mention the legs. Again, nice legs on this one. I don't know if you can see them. We're not in there.
Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, anytime you get a barrel proof bourbon, especially of this proof, you should have good legs on it. If you don't, there's a problem, because it absolutely should have that. The mouthfeel is very coating, but it is hot on that first taste. It is hot.
A little hot on the taste. It's still just so amazing.
Now on the second taste, it definitely lightens up on the heat. It really pulls it back. You kind of come acclimated to the proof, and now you start getting the flavors.
Melted Twix.
Yeah.
Everybody's always coming out with these asinine flavor profiles.
No.
If I was going to hit you with an asinine flavor profile, melted Twix.
I agree. No, it does,
good.
because it has everything that's in a Twix. It has the melted caramel, that sweet, nice melted caramel that's in a Twix, but it also has that. It really has that cookie flavor.
That cocoa in there.
And the chocolate. It
Yeah.
has all three. That is the absolute perfect description that I would put in this taste. Getting a little bit of caramels to almost turning into toffee on the nose, which is interesting. Now that the more that I
Yeah, absolutely. Little butterscotchy on the aftertaste on the finish. Going down, I still think caramel flavor bomb.
Yeah.
When I close my mouth and exhale, that's usually how I get my finish. When I close my mouth and then exhale, I definitely pick up what you just said.
It
on that
lingers, big time. It lingers. It's really nice.
Really nice. On to the Old Fitz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save a little of this because I'm gonna taste, then I'm gonna
back.
taste again.
Go back, absolutely.
Cheers.
All right, the Old Fitz.
Oh, I get some cherry on this.
Yeah.
Which I didn't get on the Larceny.
No.
Different. Now, again, this is aged what?
16 years.
16 years. So it's going to absorb a lot more of the flavor profile of that barrel.
There's definitely a lot more oak to this, but not in a negative way. It actually brings out, it's that nice sweet oak note.
Second whiff, I do get the caramel notes. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've never tried this Old Fitzgerald. This bottle is half empty, but it is Heavy Hand Johnny's bottle, not mine. Now, with Larceny being in my top 6, it is one of my regular go-to sippers that I'm not worried about if I deplete the bottle. Can I find the next one? You know, I'm okay killing this bottle with a couple of friends on a good evening. You know, with that being said, I've become accustomed to this higher proof. And I was worried that even though this comes in a fancy decanter and it's aged 16 years, that it wasn't going to hold a candle to the Larceny, price point to price point and proof to proof. But after a whiff of this, you know, I've yet to sip it, but it's going to give it a run for its money. I can already tell.
Yeah, I agree. I've tasted this prior, but it was fantastic the first go round, actually first couple go rounds, because this is a bottle I've had open for a minute.
Definitely more oaky, which you expect with the extra age. Also smoother, which you expect with the lower proof. Mm-hmm. Really good, really good. I mean, this is something that I could enjoy without having to worry about heartburn or acid reflux or adding a flick of water, you know, or whatever you may or may not traditionally need.
It's even just that first taste, I can understand why it's the significant price difference between the two bottles. It is outside of the age. This is full of depth. It has cherry notes, it has caramel notes, it has oak notes, it has vanilla notes, it has everything you'd want in a bourbon, but it also has, you know, it's not weak, it's just that nice full flavor, but it doesn't hit you in the chest where it's like, where I'm struggling.
Correct.
Yeah,
we could sip this bottle in a day if we weren't cautious about it.
I agree.
That's what I would say about this one. This is something that you could pour and keep coming back to and not feel like you have your hands full, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So, I said I was going to sip and go back. This one's empty. This one is not.
Now,
I think we have my favorite.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now.
Pickled down.
Since you did, you just polished off the Old Fitz like it was yesterday's news. I'm gonna do what you had planned.
Thank you.
Real quick.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go back to Larceny real quick.
So on the nose, I think I'd still want to give it to Larceny. But on the finish, I definitely give it to the Old Fitzgerald, surprisingly because of the lower proof.
Yeah.
It goes down just smooth enough. Now, if you're looking to get your world rocked, by all means, you know, stick with the Larceny. But if you're looking for a nice smooth pour, that's
has
the one.
Full flavor.
That's the one.
Like, so there's the thing is there's a big difference. This is a normal, like 100 proof is kind of that sweet spot between 100 and 110 to me is the sweet spot. For this particular bourbon, it is 100 proof, but it is full flavored. It has everything you'd want in a bourbon. It doesn't even show up weak compared to 125 proof bourbon, which is hard to do. It's really hard for a 100 proofer to match up against a 125 proofer and not be like just water.
This one may be called Larceny, but today this one burnt the house down.
Or stole the show. Well, that's it for this
Now this
Taste
is our
Test Tuesday.
Our first Taste Test Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 4 Taste Test Tuesdays
a
month, which will culminate in a battle of the bourbons, which will result in one monthly winner.
Absolutely.
We don't know for sure, but what we're planning on doing is at the end of these 12 winners, we might get a little crazy and do a taste for the title for the year, baby.
It tasted the title.
Let me tell you something, brother.
But honestly, full this weeded mash bill from Heaven Hill is fantastic. Old Fitz obviously takes the cake on this one. It's going to move on to the next round. Old Fitz moves on. Next round. Larceny, though, fantastic job. Really, really nice.
As always, see you next Tuesday.